Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, April 1st, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I expand deeper into the truth of myself. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Welcome to April. We are kicking off April with a new moon. Now I did the new moon scope for the most part in yesterday's scope, so if you want to reference that, check that out. That being said, there will be some repeating energy in this as we have the Sun and Chiron conjunct today, and this new moon was very close in conjunction to Chiron energy, and so Chiron is the wounded healer, and in this new moon kicking off this month, in this new moon energy, and with the Sun conjunct Chiron, we have so much opportunity for healing. Now, I always like to mention that healing isn't necessarily like sunshine and unicorns process. Sometimes it's got some storm clouds. Sometimes it can be quite difficult. But looking for the light through the process is huge. And as I was really feeling through these energies, one of the big things that came up for healing, this healing process may not be, that you're sick and you need physical healing. It might be emotional. It might be mental. And it might be around energies that are keeping you from fully embracing yourself. And one of the things that came up just so strongly when I was feeling through this is the shame that we can sometimes carry around being who we are. Whether it's shame because you've done a bad thing in the past or what was judged as a bad thing, or the shame of not living up to what the world thinks you should be, or the shame of not living up to what you think you should be, or shame even because you're human, or shame because of whatever. It's feeling like it's in these kinds of pockets that we're going to be finding healing in and through this energy. So I'm recording this on the 31st, so between this recording and Friday the 1st and Saturday the 2nd, we're going to have multiple passes of planets, Moon, Sun, Mercury over Chiron, giving us insight at where we need to ground into ourselves, find acceptance in ourselves, and bring healing. Now, Chiron in some astrology is connected to Virgo. Chiron in some astrology is connected to Sagittarius, and I think they both have a place in this. The Virgo energy is knowing how to focus ourselves to bring around the healing. But the Sagittarius is kind of the opposite of focus. It's looking from a higher perspective. If you were to see, for instance, shame or anything that's plaguing you from a higher perspective, what would your high self say? Or what would a benevolent being say to you around this energy that needs healing? And being able to hold yourself in acceptance of that can be so healing. So again, this may not be shame. There may be something else, but I think shame is something that so many of us move through, deal with, and it's hidden and insidious. And so awareness of where you may be carrying this energy is so powerful. I love the dual cards that I have today. I have the playfulness and the sorrow card. And there may be some of both today as you move through this healing energy. Like I said, it's not always sunshine and unicorns. There may be some pain that is moved through as you bring through this healing energy. There's also a call for playfulness and finding the light, finding the glimmer, finding the rainbows through the tears may also be very powerful for you in this energy. So keep that in mind. The moon will be continuing to move through the sign of Aries, so we still may feel a little reactive. Any fire sign can get reactive when it comes to feelings. So you may be having a happy feeling and feeling reactive. You may be having a sad feeling and feeling reactive. You may be feeling angry and having that reaction. Be aware of your reactions. Be very conscious of those energies in and through the day, especially as the moon and Mars will be coming up and connecting. That's going to be 3:07 p.m. Pacific time. That's 6 for Eastern people, 6 p.m. that energy, anytime Moon and Mars connect, it can get temper tantrumy as our emotions connect to that reactive energy. And again, this energy may be extra reactive. So be aware of that. Be aware of any temper tantrums. I always love Rumi's The Guest House. And it basically says, invite any emotion in as it may be clearing you out for like a new delight. I encourage you to check out The Guest House. But just keep that in mind in and through today's energy. We're also going to have the moon connecting to Saturn. And this may be, again, one of the places we have some judgment that needs to be moved through. You may be feeling some shoulds on yourself. You may be feeling too much responsibility is holding you down. And again, you might even have shame about that. And so just be prepared to be present with yourself and allow these vulnerabilities to move through. And then, again, how can you see them from a higher perspective in and through this? The Sun and Chiron will officially connect 7:56 p.m. Pacific time. So it may not be till later in the day, maybe even sleep, that some of this insight comes through. Like I said, that Mercury and Chiron will be connecting tomorrow. So even if you don't have the full understanding yet, some ahas may be on the horizon. I will mention that the Sun and Mercury are also connecting, which is why I'm tripping over my words. Strong mental energies over the next few days. Take time to ground. Check your ego, because the ego may be flaring, especially with some of our wounding coming up, and your reactions. So let's look at the rest of these cards. Silence card. The song Silence is Golden just popped into my head. Silence card. It is in reverse. This is the star card. It's a card of bright future. And I think that's one of the things is even if you can't necessarily see the bright future in this moment, the bright future about yourself or even about the world, recognize that there's an unfolding and there is a bright future and there is the potentiality at the very least. Even if you can't know what it is, know that the potentiality for that is there. That's sometimes important to keep up the hope, keep up the belief in the light, keep up the belief in the goodness. I have the laziness card in reverse. Lots of reverse cards today. The laziness card, to me, this is saying, hey, there's some work for you to do here. Even if you're not really sure of what it is, making yourself available, like just setting the intention for the day. I'm available for whatever healing needs to come through or whatever I need to focus on healing-wise. That can be super powerful. The final card is the ordinariness card. And this is a card of hard work paying off. But this is also look for the good, even on your healing journey, even if you're frustrated, even if you're I've dealt with this so many times and here it is again. And we've all been there some time or two, right? Even if you're there, find the goodness in it. If it's coming up for another layer, awesome. Here's another layer of it clearing for you. This is wonderful. Is there anything else for me to say? Yes. Saturday is our second evolution revolution day of Sun in Aries. So again, this reaction energy may go on, and sometimes some of us get that hit early. Watch for feeling those triggers and the frustrations. They may be arising, especially closer to the evening. So that's it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com for that. I will be offering eclipse readings starting this next week. Eclipse in Taurus at the end of April. You can email me for that. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.